Hey folks, this is Billy DKY, the truth seeker that simplifies and demystifies. This is the third video in the series of the ultimate in food. We're going to start out at fasting, which I just talked about, or what I said I was going to start with. A lot of people want to fast. I mean, it ain't about fasting. I mean, I'm not saying fasting don't have benefits when you're always indulging in these kind of foods. The ultimate in food is taste the bland. Yes, you're going to have to restrain yourself. You're going to find out it's not a lot of food. You don't need a lot of food. Look at wild animals. They don't have 3 meals a day. And look how beautiful they are compared to you. You're not even close to beautiful like they are. You're not cute. You're not beautiful in the way you're in harmony with nature. You're just not. So I don't recommend fasting. I recommend just eating these kind of foods. These foods will tell you when to stop eating. You don't have to think you know how long you're supposed to do this and that. Just listen to your tongue, listen to what it tells you. All you know in your conscious mind is taste the bland. Anything other than that, you haven't reached the ultimate. So notice what happens. In your conscious mind, it's taste the bland. And you leave the rest of the precedence to your unconscious. And then when I'm saying your unconscious, when you put that food to your tongue, your unconscious is going to have a response, send it to your brain. You give the precedence to your unconscious. You learn the ultimate in your mind. Taste the bland. Like it's already said, Lao Tsu already knew this for 25. It's been known for 2,500 years, and people they don't care. They don't want it. Okay, so I got some interesting stories here to tell. So let's give some real life examples. Hey, this is all theory, Billy. It's just your personal experience. Maybe it works for you, but it don't work for me. I know it works for me. Yeah, whatever. Sure you do. That's why you're watching this video. Okay, Robinson Crusoe. There's that story, if you don't know the story, man was stranded on an island for 6 years. Or maybe it's 3, I don't even know. It's several years. But it actually happened to a guy called Alexander Selkirk. And when they found him, obviously he wasn't eating pleasurable foods. And when they found him, he was strong, real strong. They brought dogs with them on the boats, because this island had goats on it. And the dogs were used to catch the goats. Well, the dogs couldn't catch the goats, but he could. That's how strong he was. I mean, they were amazed at his strength. So, there's a real life example. You're going to be strong when you eat. You're going to be strong like a wild animal. You ain't going to have to lift no weights to get that kind of strength either. It's a different kind of strength. It's sort of like the difference between what I would typically categorize as how strong a black person is versus a white person. And it's not to be racist or anything. It's just the way it is. Because black people typically don't give in to pleasures as much. It's just typically the way it is. Pleasures is white man's weakness. But anyway, that's another issue. There's a Japanese woman over in Japan, she was 105 years old. And you think 105, you'd be old and decrepit. Oh, I'm 100 years back. Oh, I can barely get around. No, she was like, shit. I was like, oh my, I was blown away. I was watching this on CNN. I was blown away. That ain't the way it's supposed to be. That's not the way it looks here in America. She said the reason she believes she lived so long and been so healthy is that they grew all their own foods and they never spent any extra money on food. Go watch it. You can go watch it on CNN. I don't know where you can watch it at, but I watched it in the video section on the CNN.com. So if you don't believe me, go watch her. You'll see for yourself. And here's a funny thing I gotta say. It's comical. And she was half joking on this. She said, "Women, let me tell you the second secret to living up." She said, "You get you as young a man as you possibly can." She was 105. She had a boyfriend who was 70, 35 years young. But the point is, that's amazing in itself. But the real amazing thing is here in America, a woman at 70 wouldn't even consider wanting a boyfriend if she didn't have a man. This woman's 105 and she still wants a man in her life. That's how much she's living. I'm telling you folks, food is huge. It's the biggest, most accepted addiction we have in America. Jack LaLanne said, if man makes it, don't eat it. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Man made this, God made this. You eat this, you forget about this. God made this, man made this, forget about it. We know man made this, forget about it. Man made this. He didn't make this, forget about it. Eat this, forget about this. Hope I don't get sued over this. Anyway, not that they would get anything, but might be able to stop me from talking about the truth. Okay, let's have one other thing here. I guess I didn't. It's probably enough 25 minutes of talking on this. So anyway, folks, food is like I say. Oh, I'll tell you one. The Buddha, he said only eat one meal a day before lunch. So, and he said as a result he had great strength, great health, and so take it for what it's worth. I personally, Lao Tzu had it best, taste the tasteless, which I've changed to taste the bland. Um, you'll be amazed. It ain't gonna be easy. You'll have to go through all the withdrawal symptoms of, just like a drug addict has to go through withdrawal symptoms to get back to health. Likewise, when you're giving up pleasures of any kind, you're gonna have misery as your company. You were here in harmony. You started giving in pleasure foods. You enjoyed pleasure. Now you're wanting to come back. You're going to have to experience misery, depression, and all that kind of things. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be rough. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be a lot of painful situations in your body, from going through it. So, good luck. Gosh, it seemed like I had something else to say, but I've spoken so much. Good luck with it, folks. I hope you... Oh, I know what I was going to say. Why did I get started on this? I've always been a skinny person. I never was going to be fat from eating. It's not my genetics. So a lot of people are like, I don't know why you're doing that. Well, I have to, because I was feeling like crap all the time. My head was always hurting. My mind was always dull, like this. I mean, I had to do something. My blood pressure was getting up to like, I don't know, 150/90, and I usually had pretty low blood pressure, or low normal blood pressure. And as I've started doing this, cut back on the salts and whatnot, I mean, my health has come back and my blood pressure is good, like 110/70, or, right around normal. And it's not a weight thing. Don't focus on weight. Weight's not the issue. It's this. If you put what's right in your mouth and you stick with taste of bland, you're going to be exactly what you're supposed to be. If you're still what people consider fat, so be it. Except that's what God made you to be. That's the healthiest you possibly be, is taste the bland as far as food's concerned. Do not focus on weight. Weight's the last thing to go, really. I mean, focus on what you're putting on your mouth, and you'll be fine. Anyway, good luck with it. I know this may be hard to accept because you don't hear anybody talking about it. It's like there's no money in preaching the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some Amish people here, or Mennonites, one or two, and they grow gardens and they sell it. And notice they don't get no big profit margins like you would get off, stuff like that, or definitely the profit margin off stuff like this. And things gonna be different. Good luck with it, folks.